Had to bring the cat.
What did you expect me to do? Leave him to fend for himself? Come on.
God, I hate that cat.
Argylle, where Henry Cavill trades his Superman cape for a tuxedo, and Bryce Dallas Howard turns espionage into a weirdly charming dance of chaos. In the world of Argylle, spies aren't just smooth operators, they're beautifully bizarre, and Henry Cavill and Bryce Dallas Howard prove it in every quirky twist and turn. Argylle is a spy thriller that's as much about the peculiar charm of its characters as it is about espionage, with Henry Cavill and Bryce Dallas Howard leading the way in this delightful romp. Matthew Vaughn made a clever decision to keep the surprise in Argylle a secret. He convinced Universal to show only the first 28 minutes in the trailers. This way, the most exciting and funny parts are a surprise for the people watching the movie.
Here we go. God, I love this book.
Argylle is made for those who enjoy Matthew Vaughn's special way of telling stories. It's not as intense as his other action movies, but there's still a good amount of fighting, stabbing, and punching in this one. Don't worry though, it's not as brutal as before. Bryce Dallas Howard plays Ellie Conway in Argylle. She's the writer of the famous Argylle series. Ellie seems like a nice and simple lady from a small town who loves cats. Surprisingly, she became famous for writing spy stories, even though she doesn't know much about real spy stuff. But her made-up stories start getting too close to the real secrets. This puts her in danger as spies, and a dangerous plan to harm her life come into play. That's when Aiden, played by Sam Rockwell, enters her life. What's the story of Argylle? Vaughn doesn't waste time getting into the story of Argylle. The first 28 minutes, which were shown in Comic-Con and trailers, set the stage for the beginning of the movie. Ellie, the main character, goes from imagining spy scenarios for Agent Argylle to facing her own scary reality. The movie has fun poking at authors who talk to their creative muses, and Henry Cavill gets to show off some physical humor. Bryce Dallas Howard and Sam Rockwell are fantastic together on screen, bringing a natural chemistry to their roles. As the story unfolds, you see the romance between them, making it a genuine and enjoyable part of the film. Vaughn was right to call Argylle his version of romancing the stone. There's real romance here. The movie even outshines some spy romances, except for Casino Royale. In the final act, there's an epic fight scene that feels like a dance, complete with choreography and a great soundtrack. It's a bit cheesy, but Vaughn has a history of creating quirky scenes, like the goat moment in The Kingsman. And what do goats make? Cheese. Did Agent Argylle turn out to be the friends we made along the way? If you were worried about Agent Argylle turning into another Ellie Conway situation, don't worry. By the end of Argylle, you'll know exactly who Agent Argylle is. I won't spoil the real identity in this review, but I strongly recommend going into the movie without any spoilers. It's worth the surprise. What I can share is some info about the fictional character, Agent Argylle. Agent Argylle, played by Henry Cavill, is a smooth and stylish spy with a not-so-great haircut that reminds you of Ivan Drago. He teams up with other spies, played by John Cena and Ariana DeBose, to take down a mysterious organization that's a lot like the one threatening Ellie and Aiden in the real world. Although the teasers suggest Cavill's Argylle is a big part of the film, he mostly exists in Ellie's imagination, showing up in reflections, or as Aiden when Ellie is stressed. Even though Cavill's Argylle is mainly in Ellie's anxious daydreams, he fits well into the lineup of larger-than-life agents in Vaughn's Kingsman universe. This brings us to another question that Argylle will surely make you think about. How is Argylle different from the Kingsman movies? Can we really compare Argylle to the Kingsman franchise once the credits roll? When Ellie and Aiden go to the United States, Vaughn quickly shows off a soda can with the Statesman brand. It might seem like a little secret for fans, but there could be more to it. Stylistically, Argylle feels like the cooler cousin of the Golden Circle. It has the same slow-motion moments, some questionable computer-generated scenes, and really cheesy humor. Even though there are no codenames in Argylle, Vaughn seems to be building towards a shared universe. It's exciting to see a director play with these crazy spy stories that nobody else is doing right now. As the saying goes, let him cook. While there seems to be a connection between the two franchises, don't get too caught up in the fact that both have Samuel L. Jackson and Sofia Boutella. If you don't like the Kingsman movies, Argylle might not be your cup of tea either. Vaughn believes that movies should be fun, and this one is insanely fun. Whether you're laughing at the jokes, snickering at the over-the-top cat CGI, or giggling at the wild figure skating scene, you're in for a good time with Argylle. It's a light-hearted spy adventure that makes fun of soap opera cliches in the world of espionage. People might call Vaughn's films dumb fun, and it might be true, but Argylle tries to be clever in its own way. Some of the surprises might be easy to figure out for mystery buffs, but the gasps in the audience will make you wish you weren't so clever. The rumors are true. Matthew Vaughn's Argylle is the perfect movie for a date, even if that date is with yourself. Bryce Dallas Howard is an amazing lead, as expected from her standout performances in the Jurassic World trilogy. She faces tough competition from Alfie, Chip, who steals the scene every time he appears. Argylle is a big mess for everyone, especially for Henry Cavill. The movie Argylle is like a big self-satisfied grin on the screen, and it's not a good thing. Director Matthew Vaughn tries to make it a cool franchise piece, but it ends up feeling like a dull magazine cover shoot. The story is stuck between floors, not going anywhere interesting, with dodgy acting and boring cameos from the supporting actors. Vaughn is trying too hard to connect it to his other work, and it's just not working. I've liked this director's wild style before, and it's not fair to say he can only direct tough guys, as seen with Chloe Grace Moretz in Kick-Ass. However, in this movie, something went wrong. Bryce Dallas Howard, playing spy novelist Ellie Conway, gives a terrible performance. She looks stiff and uncomfortable, as if she's wearing weird contact lenses. The script's big twist doesn't make up for it. Vaughn and screenwriter Jason Fuchs didn't give her any funny or interesting lines, and they failed to make her character both a joke and an action hero. It's strange that they released a novelization supposedly written by Ellie Conway this month, given the issues with her character in the movie. In conclusion, Argylle delivers a chaotic romp, with Henry Cavill taking on the role of Bryce Dallas Howard's peculiar spy companion. The movie is a roller coaster of twists, turns, and some eyebrow-raising moments. Whether you're laughing at the quirky humor or trying to unravel the spy mysteries, Argylle keeps you hooked. Just remember, it's a wild ride that might leave you with more questions than answers. But isn't that the beauty of a good spy caper? So, buckle up and dive into the eccentric world of Argylle. It's a cinematic adventure that's anything but ordinary.